Hello everyone and welcome back to Integration Ninjas. It's been a while since my last video as I have had a quite busy schedule, but I'm excited to be back and today we will be talking about something really exciting, how to integrate Ollama locally with Spring AI. Ollama is a versatile language model and by combining it with Spring AI, we can seamlessly bring machine learning capabilities into our Spring Boot applications. I will walk you through the setup and code for handling prompts using Ollama in a simple Spring Boot project. Before we dive into the code, let's briefly discuss what is Ollama and what is Spring AI. Just little bit introduction. So Ollama is nothing but just a language model that can handle various AI tasks such as text and text generation and image generation, all this Q&As and more. Integrating it locally means you can run it in your machine without depending on external services, making the integration faster and more secure. So if we see the models, there are multiple models actually. We can see the llama 3.2 is the latest one. I think is updated 2 weeks back, so they have multiple wins. The smaller the one, which will have the lesser information, the larger the size will have the more information. So we are going to use this 3b1. Its need is 2 GB of space at least, so we are going to use this. So yeah, we can see the description and the sizes and the parameters that the commands will be needed to run this. Okay, so the running this can be great alternative. Why it's great, because we were talking about the external dependencies like ChatGPT. If we see, so in ChatGPT we need to make an separate API keys and we need to call those. But suppose if we are working in some offline environment where we don't need internet connectivity or anything and we need faster response, so we can set up the model offline and we can generate the responses faster, without any external dependency making a network call. So that's a good option. Okay, so we can just download this here, and based on the OS we can just download this. So for Mac it will download a binary file and that the Ollama application will be there. And if we talk about the Spring AI is nothing but a framework that simplifies the generation of the AI and machine learning models with Spring Boot applications. It abstracts the complexity of working with AI models and provides easy to use APIs for developers. So if we see, we have chat model APIs that we are going to use, which offers developers the ability to integrate AI powered chat compatibilities capabilities into the applications. So we are going to use the Ollama one here. So we are going to pull the latest. We are going to have the Ollama, this one 3.2, as we seen here in the models. So we are going to use this instead of this Mistral one. Okay, so let's try to create a application, a basic Spring Boot application. We can select Java and we can select this version 3.3.4, and we can select the group ID and the name ID, and we just need a couple of dependencies like Spring Web and Ollama AI. These two dependencies good enough to go. Let's see, generate. This is all project about, but this we need to set up the Ollama as well. So the file we downloaded is here, this is the zip file. Okay, this is this is the project we have downloaded, and this is the Ollama darwin.zip. So this is the file that we have, but I already have in my applications. Okay, so it's good for me, but you can just have it in your file. Once you have this file, then you just need to run a couple of commands there actually. So we can see the commands here. We can go to the models and let's click on this, and 3b model we need 3b. So for this we need to run this command. Let's open a terminal and we just open this in the terminal, and it will do the work. It will start the Ollama 3.2, it will download the required things. So I already had installed it. First time it will take couple of minutes, then it will be there. So whatever I type here, it will give us the proper details. Like if I ask any information about this, let's say Java 8 features, so we can see a good enough like Java features like which is generated by this model. Like there are many features are getting generated here, so it's pretty good, right? So it's keep is generating this, right? We got almost all, so that's a pretty impressive. Like we can do it locally. Now let's go to our project, Spring Initializer. So with this, like this is the one command like we have, but if we want to just see the what other commands we have, so we just need to type Ollama, and we can see the list of commands available here. We have serve, create, run, pull, push, like pull a model from a registry, so that also we can do, and we push a model to a registry, that also we can do. And if you want to see like the running models, like we see the docker ps list the running containers, so that also we can do Ollama ps. So we can see like this 3.2 is running, and if you want to remove, simply we can do this. If you want to stop, we can just stop and the name of this model. These are the some basic commands that we need to like know. So we just need to type Ollama, you will have all this commands option here. That's a good thing. Now we have like downloaded our project here, so let me just keep it somewhere. Okay, I will keep it here, and let me open it in IntelliJ, and where it is, development, GitHub, Spring AI, Llama. Open this, and we can see the pom.dependencies. Actually we have couple of dependencies here, like which is Spring Starter Web and Spring Boot Starter, and this is Spring AI Ollama Spring Boot Starter. We have these two dependencies. Okay, this is just a simple Spring Boot application. We can try running this and see if this works fine. Okay, so the application is running, there is no issue in this. So what we will do now, so we are going to configure few things in the resource. Here in the application.properties, we need to add something which we can find here exactly. We need to provide like which model we are using, so Spring AI will detect like which model is going to they need to look after. So we are going to use the llama 3.2. okay, so we'll give our model name here. So this is our model name here. That's it. And now what we will do in this project, we will just simply create a controller. Let's create a prompt controller where we are going to make a will have some will create an endpoint, and we'll take the prompts from the user, like we will pass the prompts and we'll generate the response there. Okay, so this is the one controller here. So rest controller will annotate it, and we will have one endpoint get mapping, let's say, and we'll name it as suppose let's ask, like ask anything. Okay, then let's say public string ask. Okay, and we will have string prompt. Okay, and in this what we definitely we need to do is we need to, okay, this will be a request param definitely, so we can just name it. Now here we need to like add a dependency of the chat model. We have chat model, that is the Spring AI. So we are going to use that, we have seen in the Spring AI exactly that we are going to use the chat model API. So this is the chat model API, and there is one interface chat model, which is like and there is a call method. So the call method, like with a string pair, simplifies the initial use and will avoid the unnecessary complexities. So we just need to provide the prompt in this call method. So with this interface we are going to like make this call. Okay, it's simple. Let's make it as final, and we are going to add a chat model here. So let's create a constructor in the parameter here. That's fine. Now what we are going to do, let's say return chat model dot call and prompt. That's it. And what else? Nothing. So let's try it out. Yeah. Okay, now let's go to the here and let's ask. Okay, so let's ask Messi versus Ronaldo. Okay, there is thing that errors. We are using this fallback internal server error. There is server llama 3.2 is not found. Try pulling it first. Okay, so so our model I think is stopped. So let's run it again, and now let's try. No, let's restart the application. Still a issue. Okay, 3.2 colon 3b not found. So what we can do is, let's maybe this space issue. Hmm, yeah, it was a minor space issue. Now we'll see a response that will be generated here. So now there is no issue, and we can see this is the eternal debate. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo are two of the most iconic soccer players. That's we know. Now let's search something on the Rafael Nadal. Let's see what it returns. So it depends on the computational power and all those things as well. So let's see Java 8 features now here that we seen there in the terminal. We'll try here as well. So make sure like you don't have any space and any other issues in the properties file, since it considered that as well. So that was the issue that was causing the internal server error. So these are the Java 8 features. Now like if you want to play around this, you can parse this response and like process it accordingly as per your requirement. You can log it, or you can just modify and do something around this. So in the way you can explore more on this part also, so that will be useful. It's so that's a straightforward thing, like with the chat model API that we have to do with this call method. There are many other things as well that we are definitely going to see in the next lectures, but this is all about this, like the simple basic integration, how you can simply run a Ollama model locally with the Spring. Like you don't need any ChatGPT or any other. If you don't have any token related issue, you don't want to spend money on the ChatGPT. So if you want to try out something, you can download a model from the Ollama and you can simply run it in locally. Like essentially like what happens, simply this thing, like whatever we ask, it sends a prompt and will definitely send Spring AI send the request to the chat with the chat model API to this call method. If we see the implementation here, it just passed the prompt here to the API request. This chat model is there, which is we can see the chat model implementation also. So the chat model, we can see this, the extending this, and like which is also implemented by this class like Ollama chat model, and there we can see there is a method which is passing the call method, and it's sending the request to the Ollama API. So this is the actual implementation method of the call method. So if you want to more deep dive, so you can definitely look out this file as well. So that will be, you will get more in context idea like what is actually happening inside this method. Yeah, so and that's it. So we have successfully integrated Ollama with Spring AI locally in a Spring Boot application, and this integration allows us to leverage the power of AI directly in our apps without relying on any external APIs, making it both flexible and secure as well. In the next videos, we'll deep dive into the fine-tuning models and exploring more complex interactions. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Integration Ninjas for more tutorials on integrating AI and more amazing features. See you in the next video. Thank you. Have a great day.